So I just finished watching The Single Life Tell All Part 1, and for an hour and a half of my life it took to, and not very much happened. Do you know what I mean? The only people that something happened for were, I would say, Tiffany, Natalie, and Caesar. Everybody else bored me to death. But let's talk about Caesar and Natalie in this video.
My love life, things didn't work out the way I hoped. I did have a recent breakup, and I just didn't like the way that turned out because I really did have strong feelings for Alona. And, I really wanted it to work. I'm 50 now, and I don't have really much time to wait for somebody.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie. I am the She in Sheality TV. And like I said in the intro, today I want to talk about The Single Life Tell All Part 1, which was, to be completely honest, kind of anticlimactic. It felt like it was a whole lot of nothing. Like it felt like it started and then it ended. But there wasn't a whole lot in between. There were some things about a couple of the cast members, like Natalie and Caesar, but they weren't really in depth. So I'm going to talk about Natalie and Caesar. I'm going to leave Tiffany for another video because you guys know I don't do those big 40-minute videos, and that's what this is going to turn into if I include her. Let's talk about Caesar and get him out of the way. Apparently Caesar and Alona are no more. I wonder why. I would really like to know exactly what happened. Like, I'm not surprised, and I know you guys aren't surprised either, but I would really love to know what happened. Like, what did obviously she broke up with him. I'm sorry, I'm assuming that she broke up with him, and I wonder why, right? Like, in one of the last episodes, he asked her if she wanted to come to the US, and she said she would rather stay in the Ukraine with bombs dropping all around her. She would rather stay there than come to the US to be with him. And I mean, if there's ever going to be a time that you want to leave a country, it's when it's in the middle of a war. But she did not want to leave to come be with Caesar, which doesn't even speak. It screams, I do not want you. And I feel like she dodged a bullet because, I'm sorry, I don't care what any of you say. Sure, Caesar's a nice guy, but Caesar feels like he thinks he deserves the top of the top, and he has absolutely nothing to offer outside of the fact that he's a nice guy. Nice guys are not that hard to find, but Caesar doesn't have anything. He has nothing, and I'm not saying that he should be, friggin' Elon Musk, but Caesar doesn't even have furniture in his apartment. Caesar doesn't have furniture in his apartment. I think I might have seen a milk carton there, a milk crate or whatever on his floor. But Caesar doesn't have a car. I'm assuming Caesar doesn't have a license because Caesar got a bike. Caesar riding around here like an 8-year-old, right? Caesar has absolutely nothing to offer. So I feel like what Caesar needs is a friend. He needs a true friend who will sit him down, look him in the eye and say, dude, get your shit together. Even if you do get a woman from whatever country you find her, you're going to bring her to the US and she's going to bolt because you have absolutely nothing. She's going to move into an apartment with nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, once she gets to the US, he's got nothing but competition for that woman. Everybody's got more than Caesar has. Caesar, get your shit together. Do something. Get a license. Work on getting a car instead of giving all of your money to these women so that you have nothing left. Work on getting something for yourself. Work on getting something that you can, I think impress a woman is the wrong word, but work on getting something for yourself so that when that woman gets here, she doesn't look around to go, what the fuck did I get myself into? You know what I mean? I just feel like, no, sorry, I'm sorry. This dude has nothing. He has absolutely nothing to offer. Big deal, he's a nice guy. Hey, you know what? Let's go to dinner or a movie. Yeah, we got to get on the bus to do that? No, sorry. Caesar, you need to get your act together. That's what I feel like he should work on, rather than trying to find a woman for what? For what? So she can get to the country and say, yo, dude, no, this is not what I was looking for? Is that what he wants? Is that what you would want as a man? Would you want that? No. Worse yet, Caesar is swinging for the fences when he's in his search for a woman. He's not looking for someone who is his equal. He's looking for a woman. Like I said in the Ugly Truth videos, Caesar is not looking for his equal. He's looking for someone that he could not possibly get in his own country. Caesar is 50. In this episode, he says that he's 50. He's looking for a 25-year-old woman who is in great shape. A 25-year-old blonde in great shape. Caesar, you are a 50-year-old man who is shaped like a donut. Like, really? Come on. And then you would actually have the nerve to be chapped because she wants to use you for a green card. Dude, you have nothing else. You have absolutely nothing else for her to even be attracted to. So, Caesar, again, I'm going to say, Caesar needs to get himself a real friend who will look him in the eye and say, dude, you need to get your shit together. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to start thinking about instead of trying to trap some woman in a situation that she is abso-freaking-lutely going to want to climb out of. On part 1 of the tell-all, Caesar also said that he's dating. I'm sorry. This is just funny. He's dating 2 people, but he alluded to, he said that they're a family or something. He's dating 2 women and it's more like they're a family. And I'm like, oh, this dude is trying to take a page out of Nasty Nick's book from Seeking Sister Wife and find himself 2 women who are deaf and blind, can't see, can't hear, don't have any clue that this dude is, I'm sorry, Caesar, when I look at Caesar, I see a man who has given up and has the audacity to want to rope some woman into a relationship with someone who has absolutely nothing going for him. It'll be interesting to see in the second part of the tell-all whether or not he actually gets to explain what he meant by he's dating 2 women and we're more like a family, right? I'm really curious to see what that's about. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Natalie. So I guess when Russia invaded the Ukraine, Mike and Natalie's mom apparently had, or still have, such a good relationship that Mike felt that it was his duty to help Natalie's mom get out of the Ukraine. So he sent her $1,000 and helped her get to Poland. Natalie now is feeling some type of way about that fact, right? She's now realizing that, you know what, Mike really is a nice guy and she feels like Mike really did love her. So she gets on a plane and goes back to Squim and talks to Mike. So she went back to apologize to Mike, to thank him for helping her mother. And while she's there, she ends up apologizing to Mike's mother as well. I'm sorry. I don't even know. I mean, I guess, yeah, she felt like she had to, but his mother was, I don't know, like right out of the gate, she was just so nasty to her. I don't know if I could have apologized to his mother. I really don't think I would have it in me to apologize to her. Natalie realizes that what she did was wrong because Mike brought her to the U.S. and no sooner did her feet hit U.S. soil as she bounced, right? Left him. And he said she really hurt his feelings and all that other kind of stuff. She apologizes and she actually begs Mike to take her back. What's confusing to me is that in the tell-all, she talks about how confused she is. She doesn't know if she wants to be with Josh or she doesn't know if she wants to be with Mike, but she was straight up begging Mike to take her back. So that doesn't sound like someone who's confused to me. You know what I mean? I mean, she's feeling some sort of gratitude to him for taking care of her mother, but I don't know. She said that if Mike took her back, she would tell Josh it's over. But here she is busy begging Mike to take her back. And on the tell-all, Josh shows up. Okay, so I'm confused about that as well. Why is Josh there? Like, Natalie is so batshit. I don't know why any man in his right mind would put up with, and especially given the short period of time that Josh and Natalie knew each other. It's like Veronica and what's his nose? Justin, they knew each other for like a heartbeat, and all of a sudden, she wants to rope him into being into this super deep relationship with him. Natalie and Josh, same thing. Natalie's talking about having kids. She's talking about commitment and all that other kind of stuff. And Josh clearly doesn't want these things. And he tells her that, but doesn't say, you know what? I don't think this is going to work. Right? What is it with these guys who don't, like, the woman doesn't want what they want, but they don't go, okay, yeah, you know what? This isn't going to work. Peace. I'm out. They don't do that. They stay and put up with more. Is it the cameras? Like, what is it? I'm confused. So, when Natalie goes back to Mike's, one of the reasons that she is going back to Mike's house is also to get her passport and her birth certificate. So tell me something. If any of you can figure this out, if you've got the answer, please leave it in the comments. How has this woman been flying all over God's creation with no documents? Like she left her birth certificate and her passport at Mike's house. How has she been getting on an airplane and flying from one end of the country to the other without this paperwork? How? I'm confused. Is it just me? No, I get it. You don't need a birth certificate to fly, but 9 times out of 10, you need a passport, right? And to the best of my knowledge, she doesn't have a license, like a driver's license. So what kind of ID is she showing to get on a plane? That is my question. So anyways, Mike and Josh are supposed to be like on set at the tell-all. In part 1, only Josh showed. We didn't see Mike. But this should be interesting. I don't think that Mike should take her back. I think, you know what? They don't need to be on bad terms, but I don't think that Mike should take her back. She's already shown Mike who she is. And she's already shown Mike's mother who she is. And truthfully speaking, I don't actually blame Mike's mom for being pissy at her. I would too. Like, you came to the US to marry my son and then bugger off and leave him? Yeah, I wouldn't be nice to her. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for the Single Life Tell-All Part 1. Part 2 should be really interesting, I think. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Mike should take Natalie back? Do you think that's what Caesar needs is to get his shit together before he continues to look for a woman to bring into his mess of a life? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Again, and as usual, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you next time.